Broken daughter is turning her grief into action as she is mourning her mother's death after what troopers say was a victim of a murder-suicide. It happened Friday at a home on Moccasin Road in Lincoln County.
The troopers say Jamie Fowler was killed by Stephen Hitter before he turned the gun on himself. Fowler's daughter says they were in a relationship. She shared her mother's story with Chad Hedrick tonight in hopes of saving others from domestic violence.
She just loved life. She loved being outdoors. She loved her family.
It's a life Sarah Fowler says her mother Jamie was not finished living.
I just wish she was still here to experience her grandkids grow up.
Sarah is still in a state of shock and anger after troopers say her mother was the victim in a murder-suicide. Her best friend taken from her.
Because it was me, her, and my grandma living together, and we were like the Golden Girls. Laughed together. We shared everything. She was truly such a good soul.
Sarah says the man troopers also found dead inside this Lincoln County home was her mother's boyfriend, Steve Hitter. Days before the murder, deputies were called to the home but say it was just an argument and no signs of physical abuse were found. The sheriff told WKYT Fowler said she was going to move out.
She got me through the hardest times of my life, and I just wish that I was able to pull her out of a hard time in her life. And it's tough. It's going to be really tough, and I don't really know how I'm going to be able to keep going without her.
As Sarah mourns, she's planning to make a difference. It's an issue Sarah hadn't thought much about before her mother's death, but is vowing to be a voice for those who may not be able to use their own.
If I can save just one person and inform people on domestic violence, then that will help me with the loss of my mother. Domestic violence is a huge issue. 1 in 3 women in Kentucky will encounter domestic violence in their lifetime.
Sarah plans to advocate for legislation, raise money for nonprofits and other resources for victims, and simply be there to help.
I'm going to do everything I can.
In Lincoln County, Chad Hedrick, WKYT.
Well, Sarah and a friend are working on a fundraiser for resources that help victims. A memorial service for Jamie Fowler is being planned for this Sunday at Mingo Lake Park in Nicholasville.